a gentleman by the name of uh, Adrian Paul Gaslian Carton de Wyatt. He is the the unkillable soldier. We're reading this straight from Wikipedia. Sir Adrian Carton de Wart. Lieutenant General Sir Adrian Paul, May 1880 through 5th of June 1963, was a British Army officer of Belgian, and Irish descent. He was awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest military decoration awarded for valor in the face of the enemy, in various Commonwealth countries. He served in the Boer War, First World War, the Second World War. He was shot in the face, head, stomach, groin, ankle, leg, hip, and ear. Goodness gracious. He was also blinded in his left eye, survived 2 plane crashes, tunneled out of a prison of war camp, cut off his own severed injured fingers when a doctor declined to amputate them. Describing his experiences in the First World War, he wrote, "Frankly, I enjoyed the war." Dude, this guy's a badass. That's just the first paragraph. After returning home from service, including a period as a prisoner of war in the Second World War, he was sent to China as Winston Churchill's personal representative. While en route, he attended the Cairo Conference. Forgive me for my pronunciation. This is the first time I'm doing a long form video of this sort. In his memoirs, Carton de Wart wrote, "Governments may think and say as they like, but force cannot be eliminated, and it is only real and unanswerable power. We are told that the pen is mightier than the sword, but I know which one of these weapons I would choose." Carton de Wart was thought to be a model for the character of Brigadier Ben Roche Hook in Evelyn Wake's trilogy, Sword of Honor. The Oxford Dictionary of National Biography described him thus: with his black eye patch and empty sleeve, Carton de Wart looked like an elegant pirate, and he became a figure of legend. I've only heard of this guy, but to read his Wikipedia page is intense, and we're not even a quarter of the way through. Carton de Wart was born into an aristocratic family in Brussels, on 5th of May 1880, as the eldest son of Leon Constant Ghislain Carton de Wart, 1854-1915, a lawyer and magistrate, and Ernestine Wenzig. Although at the time he was widely believed to be an illegitimate son of King Leopold II of the Belgians, he spent his early days in Belgium and in England. The loss of his mother, when he was 6, prompted his father to move the family to Cairo. So his father, forgive me for the pronunciations, so his father could practice at Egypt's mixed courts. This led early biographers to assume that his mother had died in 1886. However, in later research, it was established that his parents had divorced in that year, and that his mother remarried. Oh, that's a fun name. Demosthenes Gregory Koupa later in 1886. In this position as a lawyer, magistrate, and a director of the Cairo Electric Railway and Heliopolis Oasis Company, his father was well connected in Egyptian government circles. Adrian Carton de Wart learned to speak Arabic. Carton de Wart was a Roman Catholic. In 1891, his English stepmother sent him. Oh my gosh! Sent him to a boarding school in England. The Roman Catholic oratory. Man, I am about as dense as a box of rocks. IQ of a fly. Founded by John Henry Newman. From there, he went to Balliol College, Oxford. Oh, Oxford. He went to Oxford, but left around 1899, just before or during the Second World War, to join the British Army. He falsified his name and age, signing up as a trooper carton in Paget's horse, and claiming to be 25 years old when he was actually no more than 20. Second Boer War. Carton de Weert was wounded in the stomach and groin in South Africa early in the Second Boer War, and was invalidated home. His father was furious when he learned his son had abandoned his studies, but allowed him to remain in the army. After another brief period at Oxford, where Aubrey Herbert was among his friends, he was given a commission in the Second Imperial Light Horse. He saw action in South Africa again, and on the 14th of December, 1901, was given a regular commission as a second lieutenant in the 4th Dragoon Guards. Carton was transferred to India in 1902. He enjoyed sports, especially shooting and pig sticking. Pig sticking, that's an interesting one. It's highlighted. We'll click on that later. Carton de Wart's serious wounds in the Boer War instilled in him strong desire of physical fitness, and he ran, jogged, walked, and played sports on a regular basis. In male company, he was a delightful character and must hold the world record for bad language. After his regiment was transferred to South Africa, he was promoted to lieutenant on 16th of July 1904, and appointed an aide-de-camp to the commander-in-chief. Lieutenant General Sir Henry Hildyard, the following July. He describes this period lasting up to 1914 as his heyday, in quotations. The title of Chapter 3 of his autobiography, his light duties as aide-de-camp, gave him time for polo, another of his interests. By 1907, although by then having served in the British Army for 8 years, 8 years, been shot twice, Lord have mercy. This dude's already a tank, and we're not even halfway through. The title of Chapter 3's autobiography, I'll give him another of his interests. By 1907, although by then having served in the British Army for 8 years, he had remained a Belgian subject. On 13th of September of that year, he took an oath of allegiance to Edward VII and was formally naturalized as a British subject. In 1908, he married Countess Frederick Maria Caroline Henry Rose, oh my goodness, von Beckenhausen, the eldest daughter of Karl V, oh my gosh, what a tongue twister, Prince Fugar von Bonhauser, and Princess Eleanor zu Hohenlohe, Bartenstein, and Jagsberg, and Jagsberg of Klagenfurt, Austria. That's a tongue twister right there. They had two daughters. The eldest, Anita, born 1909, was to be maternally was was to be the maternal grandmother of the war correspondent Anthony Lloyd, born 1966. Carton de Wirt was already well connected in European circles. His two closest cousins being, oh my gosh, more count with like 7 words there. Man, signing your full name must be a pain in the butt in these countries, although it is pretty cool to have a title like that. His two closest cousins being Count Henry Carton de Wart, Prime Minister of Belgium from 1920 to 1921, and Baron Edmund Carton de Wart, Political Secretary of the King of Belgium and Director of La Société Générale de Belgique. While on leave, he traveled extensively throughout Central Europe, using his Catholic aristocratic connections to shoot at country estates in Bohemia, Austria, Hungary, and Bavaria. Following his return to England, he rode with the famous Duke of Beaufort's hunt, where he met, among others, the future Field Marshal Sir Henry Maitland Wilson and the future Air Marshal Sir Edward Ellington. He was promoted to the rank of captain on 26 February 1910. The Duke of Beaufort was the honorary colonel, and the Royal Gloucestershire Hussars, and from the 1st of January 1912 until departure for Somaliland in 1914, Carton de Wart served as the regiment's adjutant. I don't know how to say that word.